ADA website compliance and the tax code. Did you know that the tax code has your back when it comes to meeting requirements of the Americans with Disability Act? Yes, it really has. Under Title 26, Internal Revenue Code, Section 44, Disabled Access Tax Credit, there is a new tax credit is available to eligible small businesses in the amount of 50% of eligible access expenditures that exceed $250 but do not exceed $10,250 for a taxable year. Note that a business may take the credit each year that it makes an eligible access expenditure. This is good news given the foregoing explanation of available remediation for website accessibility. As explained above, accessibility will cost your business some money in order to avoid a costly lawsuit. If your business is eligible, the taxman deems it fit that your business is reimbursed at least 50% of such costs incurred to comply with the ADA Act. Eligible small businesses are those businesses with either $1 million or less in gross receipts for the preceding tax year, or 30 or fewer full-time employees during the preceding tax year. Eligible access expenditures are amounts paid or incurred by an eligible small business for the purpose of enabling the business to comply with the applicable requirements of the Americans with Disabilities Act. These include amounts paid or incurred to providing effective methods, such as the ones proposed by JDA above, of making your website accessible to people with visual impairments. Acquire or modify equipment or your website, think website redesign, for individuals with disabilities. The code further states that to be eligible for the tax credit, the modifications to the website must meet technical standards of the ADA accessibility guidelines where applicable. These standards are incorporated in Department of Justice regulations implementing Title III of the ADA, 28 CFR Part 36, and 56 CFR 3.5.5.4.4, of July 26, 1991. If you recall that although websites aren't specifically mentioned in the ADA, they are places of public accommodation and as such are governed by the law. This has been upheld by numerous judges across America, who now demand that websites adhere to ADA guidelines. If sued, the costs of remediation as mentioned in the previous video may be high in the form of court-stipulated settlement activities that will end up costing more. An example of the tax workings and benefits as explained above is as follows. Example 1. Company A engages an agency to provide web accessibility services to meet its reasonable accommodation obligation under the ADA for $8,000. The amount by which $8,000 exceeds $250 is $7,750. 50% of $7,750 is $3,875. Company A may take a tax credit in the amount of $3,875 on its next tax return. Example 2. Company B undertakes a full website redesign to meet the ADA and WCAG 2.1 requirements in accordance with its reasonable accommodation obligation under the ADA. The company spends $18,250 on this modification. The amount by which $18,250 exceeds $250 but not $10,250 is $18,000. 50% of $18,000 is $9,000. Company B is eligible for a $9,000 tax credit on its next tax return. In conclusion, engaging Judy Digital Agency to handle your accessibility work is a win-win in the long run. This is because half of any expenses spent on compliance will be tax deductible not only for the current year, but for all financial periods to come. Please note that even if your business does not meet Section 44 threshold, you may still be able to categorize some ADA remediation expenses as business expenses incurred wholly and necessarily for the operation of your website. Confirm this with your tax accountant. Contact us today and take a proactive step by signing the attached contact for initial ADA services and invoice for the same. We look forward to serving your business. Thank you.